Hey guys, it's Samurai here. Today, I'm going to continue my movie review marathon by reviewing the second movie in the Pokemon franchise. This second movie was released right after Pokemania. It was starting to die down at this point, but it still was quite big, so this movie was a box office smash hit. This movie was one of the first movies to introduce some newer Pokemon, such as Lugia. Lugia is one of my favorite legendaries and one of my favorite Pokemon, as I used it for both of my top 10, top and top least favorite Pokemon. But otherwise, this was a movie that introduced to Lugia. It also was the movie that didn't focus on Mewtwo and focused on Articunos, Zapdos, and Moltres. So that should be quite fun to review. Now, from my understanding, this is my least favorite of all of the movies. It's not that I hate it out of all the movies, because no, Hoopa exists, but this one, I like the Unova movies more than I like this movie. And this movie isn't bad, it's mediocre if it has a basic plot, if anything. The soundtrack is definitely the biggest, highest factor for me, as the story is kind of lackluster. The visuals are the same as the last movie. Again, it's just a Pokemon anime with a couple more bucks thrown at it, which does actually benefit it a lot. So, let's get started with the review. First, let's talk about the story. The story goes as follows. Ash, by this time, is traveling the Orange Island trying to collect the gym badges, trying to enter the Orange League, which is kinda not really a league. But moving on, we get to play the theme song for the movie. This theme song is actually pretty damn good. It's my favorite theme song of the whole movies. I have to say, I enjoy this theme song more than I enjoy others. It's definitely one of my biggest factors of liking this movie. Again, I said the soundtrack was probably the greatest part of this movie. But anyways, back at Pallet Town, something goes awry with the weather as we see a bunch of Pokemon running for their lives. I would show a scene here, but I'm probably going to show a picture because ShowPro would love to sue me. Not sue me, will copyright check my videos if I show the scene, so I'm probably just going to show a screenshot of Diglett running if I can find one. If I can't find one, then I'll probably find something related to the movie that's kind of related to what I'm talking about. So while we're looking at all the Pokemon running away, something happens with Ash. They're on an island, and we get some dub shipping moments. For those of you who don't know, I call Pokemon shipping dub shipping on this channel. But anyways, apparently Ash is now a chosen one and has to save the world. Yeah, no, this plot isn't generic at all. It's a great plot, and yeah, the characters are really enjoyable. Yeah, I know why you're like, this plot is super generic. But Ash goes on a journey to save the world, and he meets Lugia. Now, one of my biggest favorite factors of the movie is Lugia for me. Lugia is what makes me like this movie as much as I do. I don't like this movie a lot, but Lugia is definitely one of the reasons why I like it as much. Lugia is just such a boss in this movie, even though he gets taken down by the 3 legendary birds. I mean, who wouldn't get taken down by the 3 legendary birds, to be honest? But yeah, Lugia is such a fun part of this movie. Not to mention, they kind of did the same thing with the Power of Us. They used Lugia, and it's not like they used Lugia as a central part of the plot. I think the only reason why they used Lugia is because we're going to make bank, because we're going to make it think like we're remaking Pokemon 2000, but we're going to make something else. Yeah, that's the Game Freak employees and the Show Pro employees and the Pokemon Company employees. Yeah, that's what they were thinking. But back to the plot. They enter the Collector's ship, also known as Lawrence III, aka Boring McBorison, and they stop him, put all the legendary birds back where they're supposed to be. They say goodbye to Lugia, and Ash and company go on another journey for another day. One thing I dislike about this movie is, again, the plot is kind of the save the world plot. And I know this comes redundant from a Dragon Ball Z fan where the stories are kind of generic, but here's the thing. A lot of people put the original 3 movies on a high pedestal. I understand this with the 3rd and 1st movie, not so much with the 2nd movie though. I still feel that most of the Unova movies, which don't have a generic plot, and just because they're Unova doesn't mean they're bad. I think Xanolith would agree with me. Isn't that right, Xanolith? I couldn't get him to collab on this video, so you're not going to hear any pre-recorded audio. Anyways, thanks, Zenolith. Again, no pre-recorded audio. But moving on. This movie is just generic. It's fine. It's something you can put on as a distraction, but not something that I really need to think about. So the whole story, I would probably give it a 5 out of 10 for being generic. The story, not the whole movie itself. The soundtrack, on the other hand, which is the pinnacle of this movie. What is this, Sonic game? So the soundtrack is definitely the best part of this movie for me, because the soundtrack is like an S tier soundtrack in all of the Pokemon movies. That's definitely what I'm going to give it. The opening song, We All Live, the Orange Islands theme song, the full version, not to mention the Lugia song. What you're hearing right now is a rendition of Lugia's song done by Tricky Wee, because I'm not using the original version, and the reason why I'm not using the original version is because I feel Showpro is sniping down my roof right now and is getting ready to shoot me with a copyright strike. Because when I posted Your Adventure for the Sun and Moon intro, they blocked that faster than you can say Wild West. I'm not wondering why I'm making so many of these jokes today. But moving on, the soundtrack is definitely one of my biggest factors of liking this movie. So that's definitely one reason to give this movie a watch. Or you could just buy the soundtrack. I don't think you can buy the soundtrack. You can just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube. But watching the movie is still an experience. So the movie overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's inoffensive at best, not my favorite. But, you know, it's not bad. Definitely not bad with that score. But it's my least favorite. So, it goes as far. The Pokemon movie, the first Pokemon movie as of now is my favorite. And the second Pokemon movie is my least favorite. Once we review all the movies, we can actually gain a title, and I can actually do a ranking video on it. Yeah, remember when I used to do ranking videos? But anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I want to also say thank you for 100 views on the Pokemon AMV Hero thing. That was actually unprecedented. I didn't think I would get 100 views on a video until like 2 months in. And that was going to be one of my videos I already had like a lot of views already. So I want to say thank you to giving me 100 views. Yeah, I want you guys to remember to like, subscribe. You don't have to share this video with your friends, because I have no friends. But anyways, hope you guys have a nice day. Stay in school, don't do drugs, wear a mask when you go outside. And this is going to be Samurai Trainer Z saying sayonara. Adios.